What would a family sitcom be without the mom? The 90s TV moms, for example, could always be counted on to deliver laughs. Today, it might be hard to recognize some of the actresses who were successful TV moms back then. Remember Jill Taylor from Home Improvement? Patricia Richardson was in this role for 8 seasons. Today, Patricia is still acting, and primarily appears in TV movies. Okay, Fran Fine from The Nanny wasn't the mother of the Sheffield children, but she had just as much loving care for the 3 siblings as any mom. For Fran Drescher, the sitcom was the biggest success of her career to date. She even co-produced the series. Today, she continues her acting career and is involved with various charities. Step by Step stars Suzanne Summers as Carol Foster Lambert. Today, Suzanne is hardly recognizable. These days, she can only be seen in reality and talk shows. Suzanne's last acting role was in 2001. Married with Children shows the normal life of Al Bundy, his wife Peggy, and their 2 children. Peggy Bundy has changed a lot over the years. Actress Katie Sagal is still working and was seen more recently in The Conners, among other shows. Speaking of The Conners, Roseanne Barr played the titular character in the original 90s TV series Roseanne. However, the actress did not stay long in the more recent revival of the TV series, as she was thrown out in controversy.
How I Met Your Mother unfortunately concluded in March 2014. However, the hit series has remained forever in our hearts, as did each of the main characters who starred in the show. You may be wondering what the cast looks like today. Well, let's take a look. Ted Mosby was played by Josh Radnor. He first started on the show when he was only 31 years old. It's hard to believe Josh turns 47 this year. Since the end of the series, he has kept busy, participating in films such as The Seeker and Social Animals. One of his most recent roles was on Amazon Prime Video's drama series Hunters, where he stars as Lonnie Flash. Jason Segel played the innocent and romantic Marshall Erickson during the series' 9 seasons. In recent years, Jason has starred in numerous films such as This Is the End, Sex Tape, and The Discovery. In 2020, he created and starred in the series Dispatches from Elsewhere. Actress Alyson Hannigan took on the role of Lily Aldrin on How I Met Your Mother. However, over the last 5 years, Alyson has been working on films such as You Might Be the Killer and shows like Penn and Teller, Fool Us. In addition, Alyson now has 2 daughters, whom she had with her husband Alexis Denisoff. We all identify Cobie Smulders as Robin Scherbatsky, one of the main characters from the series that she began playing at the young age of 23. Cobie is now 38 years old and is married to actor Taran Killam. The couple also started a family and have 2 daughters. After her participation in the series, she has been recognized for her character of Mariah Hill in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Neil Patrick Harris became one of the funniest and well-known characters on How I Met Your Mother, taking on the role of Barney Stinson when he was only 32 years old. Neil is currently 47 years old and has also starred in productions such as A Series of Unfortunate Events, Gone Girl, and The Matrix 4. The star is married to actor and chef David Burtka, with whom he has 2 children, Harper and Gideon. There is no doubt that we will always fondly remember these actors and their amusing and memorable characters. The hit TV series Modern Family came to an end after 11 seasons, and like the characters, the cast had an incredible turnaround. Always in chaos and a constant struggle between strong personalities, the Dunphy house was one of those in which you could never get bored. Phil Dunphy, played by Ty Burrell. He captivated us with his adorable sense of humor to the extent that he became a great favorite of this wild family. Although the years show in this great actor, undoubtedly the loving yet childish father of the Dunphy family never lost that great charisma that characterized him. Claire Dunphy, played by Julie Bowen. The empowered, organized, and on occasion stubborn Claire was the head of the whole family. Through the years, we were witnesses of how this woman, in charge of everything, was becoming one half of the great comedic couples always fighting against herself to be the best. Haley Dunphy, played by Sarah Hyland. We met her as a classic teenager worried about her appearance and social life as the popular girl who didn't fit in with her siblings. She ended up struggling against everything she believed important to prioritize her new reality with her own family. Alex Dunphy, played by Ariel Winter. Alex was the classic child genius whose only priority was school. Of course, she hilariously went head-to-head with her sister many times. Contrary to her older sister, Alex ended up giving in a bit and letting herself be carried away by experiences she previously thought useless. Luke Dunphy, played by Nolan Gold. The charismatic and mischievous Luke was so much like his dad Phil that he ended up making us all fall in love with his wisecracks and blunders. Out of everyone, Luke grew the quickest, becoming a real heartthrob in just a few seasons. Mitchell Pritchett, played by Jesse Tyler Ferguson. The lawyer that tirelessly sought his father's approval gave us some of the funniest moments of the entire series. Although the change isn't as obvious as with the rest of the cast, Mitchell was a constant presence who maintained the essence of the series during its 11 seasons. Cameron Tucker, played by Eric Stonestreet. Always accompanied by his extroverted and impulsive life partner Cam, who from the first episodes gave us the funniest moments of the series, is one of Modern Family's treasures. Lily Tucker Pritchett, played by Aubrey Anderson Amones. Although there was a change in actresses to show the growth of little Lily, from the third season we were able to enjoy her cheeky and ironic personality. Jay Pritchett, played by Ed O'Neill. Jay went from being the grumpy father of a foolish family who had to do everything his way to a loving and sensitive father and husband, of course always trying to maintain his lifestyle of his glory years. Gloria Delgado Pritchett, played by Sofia Vergara. The diverse Pritchett Delgado family wouldn't be the same without the loud and strong personality of Gloria. Always proud of her Colombian traditions and culture, the exuberant Gloria gave us magical moments in an attempt to bring the essence of her culture to her new home. Manny Delgado, played by Rico Rodriguez. Little Manny was without a doubt a kid beyond his years, always capable of understanding adult situations and many times solving his family's problems. As he grew up, Manny became a love-struck boy looking for love at all costs. Joe Pritchett, played by Jeremy Maguire. The last addition to this crazy family, Joe, arrived to give a breath of fresh air in the familial situations of the series. Similar to Lily, Joe became an irreverent, mature, and coarse kid capable of confronting any situation with humor. Friends is widely considered one of the best sitcoms of all time. The story of 6 friends living in New York in the 1990s captivated audiences worldwide. The show tackled many of the social issues of the day, like divorce, gay marriage, and managing relationships in modern times. With one of the most beloved casts of all time, here we show you what our favorite friends are up to today. Jennifer Aniston played the beautiful but ditzy Rachel Green. This was her breakthrough role and it made her America's sweetheart for many years. Jennifer went on to have a very successful career after Rachel, starring in hit films like Along Came Polly and Horrible Bosses. Aniston is currently starring in and producing the hit series The Morning Show, for which she won an SAG award for playing the role of Alex Levy. David Schwimmer played the paleontologist Ross Geller, who ultimately ends up together with Rachel. Though their characters have one of the most famous on-again, off-again relationships in television, fans still fondly remember them as America's couple. After Friends, Schwimmer went on to star in productions like Madagascar, The Laundromat, and he even featured in NBC's revival of Will and Grace in 2019. Matthew Perry plays the lovable and sarcastic Chandler Bing, who is arguably the funniest character on the show. Perry had a relatively successful film career after Friends wrapped in 2004. He went on to star in The Whole 10 Yards, The Ron Clark Story, and he also had recurring roles in shows like Mr. Sunshine and The Good Wife. Courtney Cox plays Ross's younger sister, Monica Geller. Monica was known for being a control freak, but Courtney herself is more relaxed. After Friends, she starred in her own show, Cougar Town, for 6 seasons. She also appeared on other hit shows like Shameless, Modern Family, and Drunk History. Lisa Kudrow plays the quirky and unpredictable Phoebe Buffay, known for her trademark song, Smelly Cat. After the show, Lisa worked on P.S. I Love You, Easy A, and The Girl on the Train. She also played Congresswoman Josephine Marcus on the hit series Scandal. Lisa has also done plenty of voiceover work in productions like BoJack Horseman and The Boss Baby. Matt LeBlanc stars the hilariously naive actor and womanizer Joey Tribbiani. LeBlanc starred in a Friends spin-off called Joey, which only lasted 2 seasons. However, he won a Golden Globe for his work on the series' episodes. Matt also co-hosted the British show Top Gear from 2016 to 2019. A Friends reunion is currently in the works, and we can't wait to see our favorite cast back together again.
Malcolm in the Middle has been one of the most applauded TV sitcoms of the 2000s. This production aired on Fox for a total of 7 seasons, from 2000 to 2006. Over the course of its time on TV, the series won 7 Emmys and received just as many Golden Globe nominations. The show stood out from other sitcoms of the time. Among other things, the fourth wall was broken constantly, there was no laugh track, and the show was taped on film instead of video. What do the actors look like today after over 20 years since the show's first season? Let's find out. Frankie Muniz played the main character, Malcolm, a sarcastic kid with the IQ of a genius. Muniz has retired somewhat from acting. In recent years, he has appeared on such reality shows as Dancing with the Stars, Misfit Garage, and Total Bellas. Currently, Frankie focuses on his 2 great passions, music and driving race cars. He has been married to his wife Paige since 2020. Jane Kaczmarek and Bryan Cranston played Malcolm's parents, Lois and Hal. Their characters always struggled to keep their children under control. Jane turned 65 in 2020 and has recently acted in such TV series as This Is Us, Carol's Second Act, and Mixed-ish. Bryan Cranston turned 64 in 2020 and is known worldwide for his role as Walter White in the award-winning TV series Breaking Bad. He was also in Argo and 2014's Godzilla, among other movies on the big screen. Justin Burfield played one of Malcolm's brothers, Reese, a character who is not at all brilliant. Currently, Justin is a producer and has directed some of his own projects. Also in 2020, he became a father. Christopher Masterson played Malcolm's troubled older brother, Francis, who is sent to military school. After Malcolm in the Middle, Christopher had small parts on TV and appeared in a few low-budget movies. He hasn't appeared in anything in the past 5 years, however. Christopher turned 40 in 2020. Eric Persullivan played Malcolm's younger brother, Dewey, another child genius in the family. In the 2000s, Eric appeared in a few movies and provided his voice for animated films like Finding Nemo. Eric is currently retired from acting. Although not all of the former cast members of Malcolm in the Middle are active in the entertainment industry, we will always remember the funny moments that this talented cast gave us. For 9 years, Doug, Carrie, Arthur and company from King of Queens made us laugh. What are the stars of the successful sitcom doing today? Doug and Carrie, a sometimes very mismatched couple, was the focus of the series. She was the sensible, good-looking paralegal who could get pretty angry at times and was easily irritable. He was the typical American, a firmly built courier driver who was always striving for harmony. Let's start with Doug. After the end of King of Queens, Kevin James celebrated great success with movies like Mall Cop and Zookeeper. Recently, he was seen in several TV series. His latest project is called The Crew. A release date for the series is not yet available. This is what Doug looks like today. Quite a change, isn't it? Returning to Carrie, Leah Remini made headlines mainly because of her withdrawal from Scientology. Before her departure, she shot a TV documentary that included several seasons, and after her change of mind, she published a book. She could also be seen elsewhere on TV. In 2016, Leah Remini and Kevin James came together again in the sitcom Kevin Can't Wait. On that show, they played work colleagues. The series was cancelled after only 2 seasons, however. But these two are not the only King of Queens stars who reunited on Kevin Can't Wait. Gary Valentine, who played Doug's cousin Danny, was also in that show. In between both TV series, Gary has appeared in several film comedies such as The Dog Who Saved Summer and Mall Cop 2. But did you know that in real life he is Kevin James's brother? And do you remember the cute dog sitter Holly? Nicole Sullivan is still in show business and looks like this today. In recent years, she has appeared in several TV series such as 911 and Will and Grace, and is also a voice actor for animation. He was the secret star of the sitcom, Arthur Spooner. Carrie's eccentric father, who lived with her and Doug, provided more than a few laughs. In May 2020, the acting legend Jerry Stiller died at the age of 92. He had previously appeared in Zoolander and Seinfeld. Patton Oswalt helmed the role of Doug's childhood friend Spence. A few years ago, he had to cope with a terrible tragedy. His wife died completely unexpectedly in her sleep, leaving Patton to raise his little daughter alone. Fortunately, things are looking up again for the actor. He is remarried and enjoys a busy career. Fun fact, both he and Nicole Sullivan were the voices of villains in Kim Possible. We got to know Victor Williams as Doug's best friend and work colleague Deacon. Williams has had a stellar career in recent years. You could see him in numerous series like The Sinner, Happy Together, and The Affair. Kelly was one of Carrie's best friends in the sitcom, and Deacon's wife. What is Marin Dunjay doing these days? She is still active as an actress. Most recently, she has acquired roles in series such as Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Big Little Lies. It's nice to see that the cast members of King of Queens were and are still successful outside the series.
The King of Queens is one of the most popular sitcoms ever, and even after the series ended in 2007, the characters still make us laugh. The main focus of the series was of course on Doug and Carrie and their chaotic lives. But in addition to family members like Arthur, the couple's everyday life naturally also included their best friends. One of them stood out in particular, Spence Olchin, Doug's clumsy and nerdy friend from school. Spence lived with his mother until adulthood, and he didn't find any happiness with women either. Nevertheless, he quickly became a fan favorite. Spence was played by Patton Oswalt, who stands out both in the series and in real life because of his stature. Thanks to his comedic talent, he still did well for himself after The King of Queens ended, even if his fans prefer to remember him as Spence. Patton Oswalt's success continued to climb. He was able to land numerous roles in films and series, and he also worked as a writer for the show Mad TV. After The King of Queens, he could be heard in 2007 as Remy in the animated film Ratatouille. In the following years, the actor has appeared in successful series such as Community, 2.5 Men, Modern Family, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Between 2014 and 2020, Patton Oswalt was seen in various roles in the Marvel series Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. In 2017, the actor played Dr. Hasmeti in the horror comedy series Santa Clarita Diet. In Veep, he played Teddy Sykes until 2019. The former King of Queens star has also appeared in numerous films. In 2018, he appeared in the science fiction comedy Sorry to Bother You, and in 2019 in the real-life version of Kim Possible. As a voice actor, Patton has lent his voice to the dog Max in the film The Secret Life of Pets 2 in 2019, and in 2021 he can be heard as Lord Pyronton in the horror film The Spine of Night. Things are going pretty well for the actor in his private life too, but he still has to deal with a heavy loss in the past. In 2016, his first wife, crime writer Michelle McNamara, died from a drug overdose, a real shock for the actor and his then 7-year-old daughter. Patton Oswalt's little daughter Alice is very proud of her famous dad and has even been allowed to walk on the red carpet several times. He found love again in 2017 with his second wife Meredith Selinger, who is also an actress. For Patton Oswalt, there was still a happy ending in store after this tragic stroke of fate. We are excited to see what projects Spence from The King of Queens will surprise us with in the future.
King of Queens is a real TV classic, produced from 1998 to 2007. The story of Doug, Carrie, and their family and friends captivated audiences worldwide. The show starred Kevin James, who played Doug, and Leah Remini, who played Carrie, but other actors also won the hearts of fans, including Danny, who was Doug's cousin on King of Queens. In real life, Danny was played by actor Gary Valentine. He's even related to Kevin James. The two are brothers. Did you know that? Up until the 4th season, Gary was only seen occasionally in individual episodes. In the 5th season, Danny was much more of a feature and later worked in the same company with Doug. Gary Valentine benefits from the great success of his younger brother Kevin and has repeatedly starred alongside him in various films. Especially after the end of King of Queens, Gary landed roles in films like Paul Blart Mall Cop, Zookeeper, and Jack and Jill. In the meantime, things had become quieter for the actor. He was last seen from 2016 to 2018 in his brother's series Kevin Can Wait. Although King of Queens ended over 10 years ago, the actors met again for an online reunion in March. The cast wanted to remember the late Jerry Stiller, who played Carrie's father, Arthur, on the series. The actor died in May 2020. Gary is known not only as an actor, but also as a comedian. He used to take part in various talk shows, such as the late-night talk show Chelsea Lately. The American also has an official Instagram account, where he regularly posts new pictures. He also entertains his followers with funny videos and gives small insights into his private life. Gary Valentine has been married to Jackie Lynn Nipfing since 1993. However, he reveals very little about his relationship. The couple have no children. But Gary is the proud uncle of Kevin's 3 daughters, Sienna Marie, Sistine Sabella, and Shay Joel, and his son, Cannon Valentine. Whether we will see Gary again in a series or film anytime soon remains to be seen. At the moment, the actor doesn't seem to have any new projects on the horizon.
Leah Remini became world famous for her role as Carrie in the hit series The King of Queens. Let's now take a closer look at the actress's transformation over the years. Leah Remini's career began in a TV commercial for motor oil. After getting her foot in the door, appearances in various series followed. This included a leading role in Living Dolls and guest appearances in shows like Friends and Cheers. Leah finally made her true breakthrough as an actress with her starring role in The King of Queens. Between 1998 and 2007, she played Carrie Heffernan alongside co-star Kevin James. Carrie is known as a quick-tempered yet also ambitious and humorous character. With the series, she became an international star. The show was incredibly popular in European countries like Germany. Leah Remini also experienced a lot of growth as an actor during her time on the show. This led to numerous opportunities on series such as In the Motherhood and The Exes. In 2003, she married Angelo Pagan. The wedding even received its own TV special on VH1. Kevin James and Leah also grew closer together over the years and went on to work together again. The end of The King of Queens in 2007 was a very sad moment for fans and stars of the show. From 2010 to 2011, the actress was a member of the extremely popular CBS daytime show, The Talk. For 35 years, Leah was a member of the Scientology community and promoted her beliefs to her fans. In 2013, she clearly distanced herself from Scientology and finally left the community. The following year, in 2014, a reality show called Leah Remini, It's All Relative was produced. The show lasted for 2 seasons and was about Leah and her family. The actress even wrote a book about her exit and life in Scientology. She then went on to produce the successful documentary series Leah Remini, Scientology, and the Aftermath, which ran from 2016 to 2019. In 2016, her former co-star Kevin James produced a new sitcom called Kevin Can Wait. Leah would take on the role of Vanessa Salucci in season 2. However, after the second season, the sitcom was cancelled. Like many other celebrities, Leah Remini is addicted to the beauty craze and had some work done. This is what the actress looks like today. Here are some more interesting facts about Leah Remini. Jennifer Lopez is one of her best friends. The two met back in 2004 and were introduced by J-Lo's ex-husband, Mark Anthony. With her husband, Angelo Pagan, she has a daughter named Sophia, who was born in 2004. During The King of Queens, there was a time when Carrie Heffernan looked a little different than usual. This was because the star was pregnant while filming season 6 of the show. In the hit series The King of Queens, we got to watch the actor Victor Williams star as Deacon, the best friend of Doug Heffernan. The show ran from 1998 to 2007 and was a major success. While Kevin James took on the lead role of Doug Heffernan, Victor also played a big role as his best friend and work colleague, Deacon Palmer. The King of Queens fans quickly grew as fond of Victor Williams, aka Deacon, as they did of Doug. The year 2007 marked the end of the successful sitcom, but that was far from the end of Victor Williams' career. While Kevin James has since been able to land numerous roles in blockbuster films, many fans have been wondering what Victor is up to nowadays. Let's find out. Before his time on The King of Queens, he made appearances in various other series and movies. He appeared in an episode of Law & Order and played minor roles in films such as The Preacher's Wife. After The King of Queens ended, the now 50-year-old was able to enjoy many acting opportunities. He had numerous guest roles in various TV series. For example, he appeared on the shows Fringe, Blue Bloods, and The Good Wife. However, Victor Williams has also landed some bigger roles in other series as well. From 2014 to 2015, he joined the cast of the popular drama series The Affair. For a total of 14 episodes, he embodied Detective Jeffries. Victor can also be seen in the Amazon crime series Sneaky Pete. In the show, the New York-born actor holds the role of Richard and was part of the series since the second episode. More recently, he can be seen in the shows Hunters and Lincoln Rhyme Hunt for the Bone Collector. Not much is known about Victor Williams' private life. On Instagram, he occasionally shares pictures with his wife and children, but they are not in the public eye.